Aloha, it is Alicia, and welcome to Alicia coming out of the woo-woo closet and sharing all sorts of cool stuff. Anyhow, so today I wanted to share with you some crystals to enhance your psychic abilities, things that you might have, things you might want. I might share some shopping tips, so if you're buying online, you can go see what they have and make yourself a better consumer by knowing what you're looking for. You can learn from my past mistakes. And before we go into all the crystals, let's talk a little bit about psychic abilities and what they mean and what the differences are. They will be called something that starts with the word, Claire. Oh, lockdown brain is really Anyhow, I have my notes on the side. Keep me on track because, can't think coherently. Anyhow, so the first one is clairvoyance. Clairvoyance is being able to see something within your mind's eye, right? Your mind's eye is right here by your third eye, back here behind the eyeballs, mind's eye. It is said that a lot of photographers and artists and interior designers, all of these people do have, to some degree, clairvoyant skills. And I found that to be true for myself. I could always see a room done in my mind's eye before I had started it. I could see exactly how it was going to look once I was done with the design. So clairvoyance is the ability to see things in your mind's eye. Sometimes you can see a short movie. Sometimes you just see flashes of images, but that's what that is. So clear seeing. Then we have clairaudience. That's clear hearing. That means that usually you hear it inside your head. That could be voices, words, songs, whatever. This skill, I've experienced it where I hear mainly things in my head. I know what you're thinking. No, I am not. No, I'm not. But you can hear things in your head. So during those times where, way back when, old days, when I was doing a lot more channeling, I would have the words fed to me and I heard them in my head and I spit them out to whoever I was channeling for. That was how it kind of went. So you can hear them in your head, and then sometimes people can hear them audibly without a physical source, like say if you're in a room by yourself, but I don't know that that's necessarily clairaudience because, I don't know, other people could technically, if a voice, like I think they call it a disembodied voice, you could hear that in the room, and other people who don't necessarily have that skill could hear it. So I'm going to stick with it's in your head. But again, we're not. Okay, and then we have claircognizance, and that's just the clear knowing. So it's like you just know something's going to happen. Like people are like, I have this gut feeling that something bad's going to happen, so I'm not going to do this. Or I have this gut feeling if I turn down this street, I'm going to get into an accident. I have this, just this knowing, this feeling, I understand. Clairalience, that speaks to smelling a scent. So I've had that where around our house after my father passed away, I would smell cigar smoke. He's not here smoking cigars, but I would smell that. At other times I've smelled perfume, I've smelled old books and stuff, just in kind of random places where there's no physical source for the scent that I'm smelling. So that's clairalience. And clairgustance, that is about clear tasting, that you can actually taste something that a spirit wants you to taste. And usually that's probably to help you invoke a memory. Maybe that's a meal you share together. I don't know. But that's another clair psychic gift. Let's get into talking about crystals. So, if you don't know, you probably would enjoy digging down the little rabbit hole to find out more about Edgar Cayce. Edgar Cayce, I don't actually know what his official title is, but he would go into these meditative states and he would help people. They would have medical problems. They'd have problems in their lives. They would come to him or they would send him a letter. He would go into a trance state and he would help them. He would give them the advice that they need for their medical problem or whatever the case may be. He was a firm believer in that Azurite, which he called Lapis Lazuli. If I'm pronouncing it right, we all know me and English are not always best friends. He said that was the number one crystal he would use and it helps to raise your vibration, right? To connect with your psychic gifts. That one has always been an interesting one for me. It's one that I've been naturally attracted to without really knowing why. It was just some stone that I've always wanted to have. More that I've learned about it, I seek it out on purpose. And you'll find that as we go through talking about all of these crystals, there might be ones that you're just naturally attracted to, and you might not understand why until you go and you learn more about each and every stone. You usually pick stones that you're attracted to, and it's because there's some subconscious reason. You don't even know why you're attracted to it, but there's a reason. So you might as well go and dig and figure out what it is that the reason why you're attracted to that stone. Let's talk about Azurite. I'm going to switch my screen here. Magic screen. Hopefully this works as intended. I've been playing around with these screens more than I care to. This is too much for moi. All right, move these little babies out of the way. So this here is Azurite. This is a small little baby version of Azurite. This is blue, pure blue, but I want to show you how else you could see it in the marketplace. You might see it with the green. So you have Azurite and then you have Malachite. They frequently grow together. Do I have another one? Oh, yes. This is Malachite down here, this guy. So Malachite, it grows and it's kind of fibrous when it grows. It grows with these little eyes in it. And so you'll see them growing together. You can also, if you go looking online, say you're going to Etsy and you're looking for some Azurite Malachite, I think somebody's made up some combo word for when they grow together. I have seen these really beautiful spheres, and I almost got fooled by them because I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. It's Azurite, it's Malachite together. Heaven. You know, just green, blue, beautiful. It looks almost like the earth. It's beautiful. But it was solid. So that would be a tip-off that has been filled with some type of resin, something that's like not natural to the rock when it grew. You can see here, let me put down this little baby and put down my little Azurite buddy. You can see here, I think you can see it with the light. See where my thumb is and see how there's that little cavern? It's like not solid. I don't know if I can get a better view of that or not, but that's probably about as good as it's going to get. You can see that the light just dances around that little triangle-y type cavern. So it is not a solid piece. Malachite very rarely is going to grow in a solid piece. So trying to find something that is a solid piece of Azurite and Malachite is most likely not going to happen. So that's that. I just wanted to put that out there, sharing my tips from buying online, since that's what most of us are going to be doing for foreseeable future. Okay, so let's go back to Azurite. So Azurite, one of the things that Edgar Cayce had cautioned on was that you don't want to wear this 24/7. In what I could find on my little research, I could not find him specifically saying why, but he just said, just don't wear it 24/7. The reason I can only assume from what I know of work that I've studied is that you typically do not want to be in your upper chakras, your third eye, your crown. Those are your like psychic ability, tune in, right? You typically don't want to be up in those chakras all the time because then you're not grounded or in reality, right? Grounded, touching the earth. Sometimes you're daydreaming, you're in your head a lot. That's not a good way to be, right? You also need to be grounded, right? So speaking from that, it makes a lot of sense. You don't want to have, psychic senses on all the time. You do need to switch them off from time to time. But that being said, Azurite has been one of my favorites that I've worked with. I have this piece came off one of my tarot decks. I have some tarot decks that I have my little pieces of Azurite Malachite on. I have some tarot decks that I have quartz on. There's all sorts of different crystals that I put on my various decks, but this is one of my favorites. So with Azurite, what he was saying is that you can take the stone, you can hold it in your hand 5 to 10 minutes. I'm going to say probably closer to 10 if you're new to all of this kind of stuff. And sit there quietly with it. Okay, I think that gives your body enough time to entrain with the frequency of the crystal, and it gives you enough time to quiet your mind. We all have mental chatter, especially while we've been trapped in our houses. The mental chatter just doesn't stop, and so it's probably even harder, at least I know for me, to get into a quiet, calm state. So doing that for 10 minutes, sitting with it, you can sit with it in your left hand and place your right hand over top, like, whoop. There's my other Azurite ring. Dee-dee. I'm addicted. Okay, so don't turn me into hoarders. I don't want to be on hoarders. I don't. Anyhow, so just sit with it quietly, 10 minutes, and just work with it. You could also try getting a little piece like this. Sometimes you can find them called blueberries. I'm just telling you what search terms are when you're going to go look on the Etsy's or wherever. And you can just take this and wear it, put it as a pendant. I'm not wearing mine today. I feel so naked. Just wear it. I think you might enjoy it. So this is one of those really great ones that I found has worked for me. But like I said, we'll go through some others and maybe they don't work for you. It's all up to everybody's own personal choice, what they like, what they don't like. So our next one we're going to get to is Lapis Lazuli, but I'm going to talk about it alongside Sodalite, so you know what all of that is. All right, so that's a piece of Sodalite. I'm looking at my screen so I can rearrange what I got going on over here. Okay. Oh, excuse me, little friends. Come over here. We need the whole screen here. So we have Sodalite. I have a cockeyed angle here, so excuse my moving stuff around. This is Lapis Lazuli. I don't know how easy it'll be. Oh, you can kind of see it here. Let me see if I use my pen. Right in here, if I turn it just right, you can kind of see there's a little sparkly speck like there and there. Let me see. There's a little bit more. You should tend to see in, this is not my most Pyrite Lapis Lazuli that I have. I guess this is the best part. You will see in there Pyrite. Pyrite, you remember, fool's gold, okay? Pyrite is in Lapis Lazuli. The more Pyrite that's visible, clearer to see, in the Lapis Lazuli will make the price of it go up. Also, the deeper blues on it will make it go up. Sodalite, on the other hand, does not have Pyrite in it. But you can see, you sometimes will get these other colors in there. So you can see here we got this oranginess, and you got your white and blue. So this is Sodalite. Sodalite comes in different variations of blue. This is one that is from the shop. So this one is a point. If it stand up like a generator, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sides makes it a generator. But this is not a natural generator, just an FYI. This would grow more like this. So if it came out of the ground, it's going to look more like this. It is not going to be coming out of the ground with a point on it. So when you see this, you know that this is carved by man, okay? But again, it's blue and white. The different shades of blue, you're going to find that. You're not going to find a consistently blue Sodalite piece. There will be blue and white. And Sodalite is, it's really good for heightening your intuition. It's really good for helping you sleep. So you might want to do this if you're looking for getting into more vivid dreams that are, you know, maybe you're figuring out stuff more in your dreams, maybe dream recall. And then you have their Lapis Lazuli. And Lapis Lazuli, that is giving you direct access to spiritual guidance. For me, I haven't been like, I don't know, I've just never connected too much with my Lapis Lazuli. I don't know. Maybe it's this piece. I don't know. I could say that I probably did get this piece. I don't know if you guys have subscribed ever to those subscription crystal boxes. It could be because I just didn't connect with it. I didn't pick it out. So sometimes that's a thing. But anyway, we'll talk about that another time. So this is Lapis Lazuli. This is supposed to be a very good stone for connecting to your intuition and enhancing your psychic abilities, as well as Sodalite that you can find in different variations of color. Sodalite should be fairly inexpensive. Lapis Lazuli tends to cost a bit more. So when you're looking online, you just, like I said, you want to find a piece that has nice blues and the pyrite is clear that you can see it. And just beware when you're shopping online. Sometimes people don't know what they have, or their supplier, their drug dealer, told them it was something else, and it wasn't. Okay, so let me see what's my next one. Nope, not this one. It is pyrite. Pyrite. I thought I'd bring the little babies. Mama and her babies. So this is pyrite. Pyrite grows like this. Isn't that cool? So it's a little cube, and that's how it grows. And then I brought the little babies. Whoop. So you can see they grow in little cubes. Now pyrite, you know it as from a kid as fool's gold. So fool's gold, pyrite, same thing. Pyrite's really good though because it will help ground you. So remember when I was talking about you don't want to be in your upper chakras all the time. You know, it's kind of like running in the red. You don't want to run in the red either way, right? You don't want to be in your upper chakras all the time. You don't want to be in your lower chakras all the time. You want all of your chakras balanced if at possible, and you have to do that regularly. You can't just like not attune to it, okay? It's kind of something you should be doing, focused on, working on. That being said, pyrite is a grounding energy. It's going to help you find balance between this world and the one we cannot see. So you might want to check out pyrite. Pyrite is reasonably affordable. You can find it now. Finding it in this type cube, and yes, that's part of how it grows. Or maybe it was knocked around, I don't know, but I'm pretty sure that's how it grows. Sometimes there's impurities when they grow, and so they don't continue their perfect growth pattern. But pyrite in general is usually pretty affordable. The pieces of pyrite that you'd probably find the most affordable would have the teeny tiny little cubes. They would be very small. It would be more like looking at, say if this was covered in pyrite, it would be more like this. You could probably find that fairly inexpensively. The size of the crystal, in terms of what we're talking about today, does not matter. You can get a little itty bitty square to work with, and it's all good. It'll help you with what you're doing. You don't need to have like a big chunk. If we're trying to affect the energy of a room, then yes, size matters. But that's not what we're talking about today. So that's pyrite. That's your little friend you could check out. Our next one, we talked about that, calcite. Okay, so this is my orange calcite. Isn't that cute? I think it always looks like, when I look at it, I'm like, oh, what a cute little soap parallelogram. I think it's a parallelogram. Don't come after me, math community. I don't know. That's why I became a designer and not an architect. Okay, so this is pyrite. This is really cool. You know, I like this piece because you can see through it. I don't know if you got, yeah, you can see that. Look, you can see my pen. Calcite tends to have like a waxy feeling to it. So maybe that's why I also think it's kind of like soap. But this is orange calcite. Calcite is helping to revitalize your psychic abilities. So maybe if you've shut them off, maybe if they're overused, you need to reset. I would say calcite, any variety of calcite would work. Some probably work better than others, but again, I think that depends on you individually, not collectively. So this is orange calcite. You might want to check this out. These are fairly inexpensive. And you can also get calcite tumbled. Like, you can get all of these tumbled, right? I'm trying to think. Yeah, you can get them all tumbled. But you could probably also find a piece of calcite that's tumbled. But you can also see if you can find a piece of orange calcite that looks like this. I think it's rather cool in the game. I don't know what that is. Anyhow, side note, if you want to clean your crystals and you don't want to use Goo Gone or whatever, you can use vinegar. White vinegar. Okay. Let's see. Oh, this is the one I cannot pronounce. Please hold as we try to go through the English language together, me and you. This is Dumortierite. I don't know if that's right or not. It is Dumortierite. So you can go Google it. I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't know. We're going with it. So this is that stone. This stone is supposed to turn on your inactive psychic abilities. So if you're like me, at one point I turned them off. I kind of flicked the switch and I'm like, nope, I'm done. And that happened, you know, around the time when I had my kid, because I was doing all these things all these years. I was channeling and, you know, doing all those psychic-y type things that you do when you're young. And I turned them off at some point. And so, you know, the past few years, it's been a journey that I've been on, trying to turn them back on, to awaken them. And I think the biggest part of this is that I think the stone is excellent to help you do that. But the other thing that I'm going to say that's going to help you do that is that you're going to have to get over the hurdle of fear. That was my biggest fear, is getting over that hurdle of like, I got my mind into such a place where I was like thinking I was going to be in some type of horror movie if I flicked the switch and went back and turned on my abilities. Granted, they're always there, but not as heightened until you start focusing on them and working with them. So anyway, that's what this stone's about. This stone, I think it would be really great if you wanted to start working with a stone like this, because you can put it in your hand. You can see it's a good sized stone to put into your hand to meditate with. Put one hand over the other, meditate with it 5 to 10 minutes every day. Try doing that for a month straight. I think that'll be really helpful for you to, start working on manifesting and practicing. You have to practice with your abilities as well. But that's what that stone is. I'm not going to pronounce it again. Next one is Lagelite. I have not taken this out of its little container it came in, but you can see it says Lagelite, Blow River, Yukon, Canada. Okay, so this is Lagelite. I love this just simply because it is beautiful, but I did purchase this because it's supposed to enhance psychic abilities, and then I realized, oh, it's stuck to this foamy mount thing, and I'm not in the mood to remove it from its foamy mount thing. So it's going to stay there until I get into the mood to remove it. Lagelite activates the third eye and all psychic abilities. So whatever psychic ability that you're looking to work on, this is the equal opportunity helper. This will help you with whatever it is, clairaudience, clairvoyance, clairsentience, anything you're looking to improve. Get yourself some Lagelite. Lagelite is not generally cheap though, for a nice piece of Lagelite. My best advice would be, if you're going to be looking for a piece of Lagelite, is that you're going to go stock some on Etsy and mark it as a favorite in your list and see if it'll go on sale. Maybe it'll be in a summer sale, maybe it'll be in a holiday sale. But you generally don't want to just, pick up a piece, because they're not going to be like just some cheap thing to pick up. It is a beautiful piece, and I would caution against like carrying this, putting it in a necklace. It's got little itty bitty tiny crystals. I don't know how well we can see. There's my pen tip, not pin tip, English. You can see how tiny the little crystals are on here, okay? So it's not something you'd want to, carry around necessarily out into your everyday light. But Lagelite, love it. All right, ooh, my Sodalite about took a header over here. Angelite. All right, here's my Angelite. These I have in the shop. These are tumbled. Angelite was one of those stones that I didn't think I would really ever get into. It was just kind of, you look at it and it's like, they look like little robin's eggs. And they're like, there's no razzmatazz to them. And I think that was always my thing. I get attracted a lot of times to stones that have the little razzmatazz, the sparkle, the chatoyancy, whatever it is. But these are just kind of meh. But I will tell you what changed my mind. Years ago, let's see, where are you? Here you are, my little friend. My sister-in-law gave me this. This is Angelite, and that's a piece of selenite on top. This was a necklace. She gave this to me, and I turned it into a pendant. This little buddy has been super accurate, and I've worked with it, and it is like my favorite. I have tons of pendulums. They're all sitting behind me somewhere. You can't even see them right now. Anyhow, I have tons of pendulums, and I always come back to this one. This is my favorite pendulum that I have, and it's Angelite with selenite, but Angelite mainly. And it has been very, very accurate for me, and I wouldn't be without it now, and so that's why I would suggest getting a piece of Angelite. Angelite is really inexpensive to get a little small tumbled. You can check out my shop. You can go searching online for Angelite, but they're cute little friends. Take it in your pocket, put it in your bra, put it in your wherever you want to put it. This is the stone of your guardian angels. You can use this to have that your spirit team is helping you while you are doing whatever training exercises, or if you're intuiting, Angelite's going to help you connect with the guidance that you need. So there's Angelite. Cute little Angelite. Sweet little Angelite. All right, Moonstone. Where are you? Oh, here you are. You're on the stand that's upside down because you just won't stay still. Let's talk about Moonstone. There's all sorts of different varieties of Moonstone. You will go and look at Moonstone. There's black and white. There's this color. There's peach Moonstone. I think I have a peach. I do. I have peach Moonstone somewhere. I'm not going to go grab it right now. Anyhow, Moonstone is beautiful. So Moonstone is going to help you discover hidden truths. I think it's really great if you wanted to go ahead and do some shadow work with it. Shadow work in terms of like those things about ourselves that we don't really want to acknowledge, like our not so great characteristics, personality traits, quirks, things like that. If you wanted to do some work on identifying those, although you probably already know what those are for yourself, and working on to be releasing, any not so good feelings you might have about yourself because of those not so nice characteristics that we all have. You might want to work with Moonstone, but Moonstone is also really great. It reminds me of in the tarot, like it's revealing the secrets. When you get the moon card and within the moon's revealing the secrets. You know how people get all like crazy town when it's a full moon? I kind of look at it as like secrets are revealed. That's my thoughts on it. So anyway, you can see this piece of Moonstone. It is beautiful. One of the cool characteristics of Moonstone, and you can see it there a little bit, is the chatoyancy. So you see, let me point with my pen. See this part here, this little whoop? This is the chatoyancy. It's the flash. You can see it there a little bit too. The flash when the light hits it. It's a very similar effect that you also see in Labradorite. That's another great stone for new moons and all that jazz. But the chatoyancy is that flash that you see in Moonstone. And so it's just a beautiful, beautiful little friend to have as an ally as you're working on your abilities. Let's see. Pita Light and Pyrite. Those are I believe, our last two. Those are my tiny ones. Let's bring them over to the party. Oh, you can't even see him there. There we go. Okay, Pyrite. Maybe that makes it a little better. It's kind of hard to see. He has a little blue. He has a little brown. Pyrite. That is Pietersite. Pyrite. Not like Peter Brady. Pyrite. It activates your third eye chakra and your intuitive abilities, while you have Pita Light, which kind of looks like quartz, but it's not quartz. Pita Light is a part of the Synergy 12 family. Synergy 12 family is like, think about it like the high-powered gang of 12 crystals. That's what I think about Synergy 12. Pita Light's in that family. So sometimes finding Pita Light and it not being cost a fortune, you'll have to do your work when you're searching online, because some people will be like, Pita Light, Synergy 12. And then it's like, bazillion dollars. It's not really a bazillion dollars, but sometimes people want to charge like crazy town fees. So don't just buy the first listing you find a Pita Light. And also, if you're trying to find it in the complete set of the Synergy 12, you could be like paying mojo bucks, buku bucks. Maybe not mojo bucks, buku bucks. You don't need to. Like I said, just do your research and go see if you can find reputable sources, or collect them one by one. It's your choice if you're really into the Synergy 12. But this is Pita Light. So Pita Light is going to enhance your clairvoyant abilities. So this is one of those stones that I would say if you're an artist and you're always seeing things in your mind's eye, like a photographer, a decorator, designer, all of those types of creative type people, you might want to get yourself some Pita Light. This one you could carry around with you. I've always thought, I've never tried, I don't know how hard it actually is on the Mohs hardness scale. I've always felt it feels a little bit more brittle or dainty than quartz. So you might want to be careful with it, especially because it's not necessarily always a affordable option. But it does kind of look like a cloudy quartz, but it definitely doesn't have the weight. It's different. But there's Pita Light and Pyrite, like I said, that's going to help you with your third eye chakra. Ooh, I got brown and blue right there. Pretty good. Pyrite is also, I don't remember actually off the top of my head if Pyrite is like a super expensive one or it's just hard to get. But do your research. And anyhow, so if you were going to use these, like say this is supposed to help you activate your third eye chakra, you would take the stone, if you would like, go lay down 10, 20 minutes, whatever, and you would place it here. Oh, it's stuck. You would place it up there. And lay down with it for a little bit and see what happens as you're going around trying to work on your skills. Oh, the last one I wanted to show you. Now, this is the thing that I think is important to know. So you don't necessarily, I'm not trying to discourage you from shopping because we all love shopping. Shopping is wonderful. I am going to tell you though, you can use clear quartz. Clear quartz, there, let me see if you, clear quartz, this is tumbled clear quartz. These are from my shop. And you can use clear quartz to help you with your psychic abilities. Clear quartz is like the, be all, end all, do it all type crystal that you can have and use. It is a crystal that you can program. So if you're looking to work on your psychic abilities, then you can use quartz. You would set your intention that you're going to work on manifesting greater intuitive abilities, however you want to word it. That's up to you. That's your English, not mine. And then you just take your time and you work with it, okay? So you have the ability to just go out and get clear quartz. This is the most abundant mineral on the planet. So you should have no problem finding this affordably and good quality. So this is like what they would call water clear quartz. These ones are not as, they're pretty close though. And, you know, or eye clear, is that another phrase they use? Me, English, don't know. Let me see if I have a note here. I have this paper. Let's see what happens so I can show you what it means when we're talking about like water clear. See how you can see the lines through the quartz? It's almost like looking through glass, right? So that's what we're talking about when somebody says in a listing, water clear. You can see the lines through the crystal. This is like considered, you know, best type of crystal, quartz crystal. There are some cloudier ones. That's for another day of conversation. But we have all sorts of quartz on this planet. The clearer ones, that's better quality. Depending on, if you just want tumbles, you can get those inexpensively. If you want a generator or a point or a wand or something else made out of clear quartz, say if you're like me and you're like really totally dying to have a quartz skull, if you wanted it to be like almost like that water clear, that's going to cost like buku thousands of dollars. And it has to be like, you know, for me, I'm picky about my skulls. I don't like those skulls that look like dumb. If you know what I mean. I like anatomically correct skulls. I don't like the dumb, cartoonish looking skulls. They bother me. Oh, I forgot one more. Chrysocola. Let's bring this last bad boy out. This is Chrysocola. This one's actually growing on natural citrine. That does not look like citrine you will see in a lot of the books. But this is natural citrine. And it's hard to tell inside. Anyhow, this is Chrysocola though. Chrysocola will help you with lucid and intuitive dreaming. So if you're looking to amp up your dream time, you might want to check out Chrysocola. So I think I've covered all my crystals here. Yes, I have. Beautiful. And my camera didn't go crazy town. That's a good thing. I'll put my little point there, my little Sodalite point. He's so cute. And that's it. That's it for our psychic crystal video. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a little long, but you know, I want to give you all the information. And what else are you going to do in lockdown? I mean, you could watch some crazy drama channel videos, but or you can learn about crystals and other stuff that I want to share with you. So that's it. I hope you have a wonderful day and do a little bit of research. Have a little fun. Check out the crystals. And I will see you online.